Okay folks, David here. Finally getting back to this project of installing the O-31 track on my O-gauge layout. And you can see the standard track is a little bit higher than the old O-27. So what that's going to do is allow me to run some of my pre-war stuff and operate some of my pre-war accessories like this coal dump car. So obviously the O-31 is a larger radius or diameter than the O-27, so that will be helpful to run longer engines. Here's the track and the roadbed that I'll be using, and I have the piece of UCS track here that's going to go in to allow me to unload and uncouple cars. What I'm going to do, I guess, is put in the curves and then line up the straights and then figure out how much I need to cut of the roadbed to fit in there. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I need to get this away from the wall, get the train cars off of there, unscrew the old track, and get started on it. So I screwed all this in, so it should come out pretty easy. I'll show you something here. I got a present for my wife here for Christmas, and what that is a magnetic armband. So as I lose parts, they stick to the armband. Or if I got a screwdriver or something, it'll stick to it. So that's pretty cool. And I'm probably going to need a new battery for this drill here in a minute. All right, let me finish this up and I'll get back to you when I get this track pulled up. In case you couldn't see it before, you can see the difference in the height in the track. This is the old O-27 and this is the new standard O-31. And like I said, the difference is like the pre-war engines and some of the cars have deeper flanges and they would get caught up on this track. So there's the difference there. Some people it's obvious, some people maybe not. So if you didn't know, now you know. This is the old O-27 track and this is the new O-31 track. So that makes a difference of 4 inches in diameter. Lionel goes by diameter. Like the HO stuff and the N gauge, they kind of give you a radius, so you have to figure that. But anyhow, so you got a slightly wider curve on there. So yeah, this is the part that I really wasn't looking forward to doing. I don't fit back here. This is going to have to come away from the wall a little bit further, I think, because I'm not going to fit back there. All right. I'm really having a difficult time with this UCS track, and what I mean is trying to get pins that are going to stay in here. I know that, you know, there's a difference between the O-27 and this standard gauge, but I didn't realize it was that loose. You know, here's the newer track, and that's going to fit in there nice and tight, but I can't get any pins they're going to stay tight in this end. And you can even see in here, those pins are loose there. So I knew that there was a difference in the pins, but didn't realize there was that much of a difference. So I think what I'm going to have to do is put this together without the UCS. I think I'm going to have to wait until later in the week to go get the correct pins. So my plan here was to put a 30-inch piece in here, and then over here a 10-inch piece, a 10-inch piece here, a 10-inch piece here, and then that's like a 5.5. It's actually 5 9/16. That was going to go in there. But after looking at this, you can see how far that comes to that side, and I wanted to leave enough room for houses and the police station. And then we go to the other side over here, and if I put that 5.5-inch piece there, it's going to take it a little bit too close to the edge. So I wanted to leave a little bit of room there. So this is going to give me 50 inches of straight track here. So I guess the only thing more boring than doing track work is watching somebody do it. But since you watched the video of me making the road bed, I figured, you know, maybe 2 or 3 you'll watch a video of me putting my track bed down in the track. So hopefully we learned a couple of things, and I'll try and make this video as short as possible. So what I'm going to do over here is hook this up, and then it'll give me an idea of how big this is. And get this as straight as I can, and then start on that side with screwing it down. So fortunately the hardware store was open, because I had to go down and get a box of 1-inch screws, and I had to buy a box of 100 because it would have been 5 times as much to buy them individually. Because, let's see here, that's a 3/4 inch screw and it doesn't make it, and that's the 1-inch screw. So that's how that goes. I'm sure I'll use them somewhere. So what I do is I put my square right there like that, so then that gives me the distance from the edge to that track using a square. And then you can go down here and make sure that they are all the same. So I find that putting like 1 screw in each piece works out okay, except for the longer piece here. I'll probably put like 3 screws in it. That should work just fine. All right, folks, just about finishing up here. Got all the track laid, working good. The turbine likes it. So this is actually about a little over a week later after I started putting the track down. This project, like I said, if you saw the video about me making the road bed, I started this, or at least thinking about it and buying the track, like at least 6 months ago. And then when I started cutting the road bed, I had to cut it, shape it, primer it, and paint it. So, I mean, that whole process of making a road bed took me 3 to 4 weeks. And then it took me probably another 3 to 4 weeks before I got around to actually putting this road bed down and getting started on it. So, finally got it all installed. Like I said, so what that does is give me some wider curves. Engines like the turbine like it a little bit better. Some of the pre-war, and I actually have a Scout that I got running on here. And the time in between, I was playing around with some things, and I found that Scout and got it running. So that's cool. So I'm happy with it. The trains run really nice on this. It's not very noisy at all, as a matter of fact. It's pretty quiet. So that's really nice. Let me show you my UCS here. So that's really cool. I got these old accessories working, and maybe I should do a video on this UCS track. Trying to figure out if I should cut these or not. I had another one of these. Another part of this project is I wanted to move some things around. I had the gate man over here, and the gate man I moved down to the other end here. He's right here, so you can actually see him. It was hard to see him in there. So this is a little bit nicer. And I put my sensors on the track back there. The IR sensors to control the gate man. So over here is going to be the cattle corral. I got to figure out, the best way to fit this guy in here, because that's a fun accessory. Just got to figure out a fun way to do it, because actually putting that on the main part of the track, it doesn't work out. It's hard to get the cattle car to line up with this thing and have it work effectively. So the best thing to do with these is just to make their own, layout or display section for those guys. I also found out that these guys here do not work. I was trying to get it in there and they just don't clip in. I even tried to file the one edge back here and it didn't work. So I called my friend Nick. Nick says, just solder that guy in there. So yeah, just soldered the wires right to the bottom of the track right there. And there's plenty of room underneath there, so that's not going to hurt anything. All right, so we learned a couple of things, had some fun. The trains are running much nicer. I like it. And like I said, it has the wider curves, so that works out good. And I've got my pre-war accessory track in here. So awesome. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something, enjoyed something. I'm going to leave you with a video of the turbine. All right, thanks again. Take care.